Who and who is calling?
Is calling,
And who by the fire is writing my story in its ashes?
by the fire is writing my story in its ashes. And who is this dancing?
And who is this dancing?
And singing my song.
And singing my song within the longing of its lyrics.
Within the longing of its lyrics.
She really thought that Dylan wrote that song for her, she who made love to Surya at Erembepi and displayed her golden body to the beach of Ipanema. She painted Che and Shiva and the god of Krishnadeva. He was, as was his wont, so willing to believe her. His feet played in the holy water where her ashes swept by, alone within the currents of darkened life, of illumined death, a fleeting memorial to her sad-eyed tenderness, to her wild-eyed state of holy undress. The river runs cold and its swirling currents coursed through their drowned hearts, while out upon the waves of the Aga, jealous sirens rejoiced. Still he took her hand beneath the fearful night, her tears falling to the swirling currents of the Burenham, to the sirens' cold delight. But even the ferry grounded midstream had no wish to cross that river, nor the heart to break their love upon the shore. He drew much pleasure unzipping her black dress neath cascading ebony hair, uncovering a sensual olive skin, undressing her pure but futile white resistance on sheets of blue and alacrin. He recalled her multiple pleasures of times long gone, and all her colours past, gold and brown and purest green, unveiled all of her useless secrets, undisguised in black and white, amber, feisty red, and jealous green. Once I called you Komiehe upon the great western plain, and further back still to that circle of stones, a witch and a warrior in various guises, but never a queen upon a golden throne. Not the illusion long pursued, but the beauty in waiting, the fire and the force, the wanderer's star to his home. A witch and a warrior of endless surprises, but never a queen upon a useless throne.
On the far side of the mountain, he had played with a child. On this side, a woman groaned. Always a river gliding by, and people waiting for messages and prayers, and fashioning answers. In leaf boats of marigolds and rose petals lit with candles. Is it forever you, for whom I await by the water?
I could hardly mistake the fear in his eyes on that hospital bed, and when all was done, my heart was so sad. His drug-induced state, his failing grip, he quietly slipped his once noble life away, so far away. 3 days hence, a dream on my very own bed, I walked with my dad through a deep green forest to a river so wide, and a boatman awaiting, and I said, "You know I cannot pass this river with you, not yet." And he said, "Yes, I know, I do," with a wise and curious smile as he left away and away. If there were a rose adorning your silver hair, it grows upon a prose of wordless eudaimonia. And were there an amethyst stone upon your breast, it would rest upon a fire of purest scintilla. And here this lady statuesque, mirthful upon her seat, so picturesque, offering a scent of her careless abulia. If I were to see your kaleidoscope wings again, I should want you and this blessed night. But to lose this gift of divinity, this radiant smile to infinity, I might as well die to me, whereupon these black ravens' wings I be borne to dark eternity. How much love a heart can give and how much milk a breast to share, and where to place all the things they crave upon a mantle full but bare. A wounded child in a scarred man's body from womb to death's door, but how many crowns of thorns and gold a king must bear, till he surrenders his sword, a king no more. She asked, "Where are you at?" He answered, "I am helpless." "Helpless to what?" she gracefully inquired. "I am helpless to thought, helpless to its silence, helpless to angst, and helpless to love, helpless to every touch of agony and ecstasy, and to every wasted and cherished moment. Helpless I am." "Ah," she laughed, "me too. Is it not wonderful, my friend?" She lay on her hospital bed and I held her close, her broken body parched with thirst, and I held her close. The most beautiful bride Tasmania had ever seen, the newspaper had once described. And I held her close, and my sister said, her last broken breath, a defiant enough, Shega, basta, enough. She had held me close. She had held me so close. And I entered that hospital room of tears and laments, of fears and sincerest Pali chants, the shell of her beauty adorning the bed, broken, and I broke, to a mad ecstatic joy, her libertine joy spilling through my heart of hearts, her heart, freed of the other, to a wild ecstatic joy, freed of the other, in a defiant enough. The temple bell clanging so painfully loud within the walls of stone, the ancient stone. Pilgrims dragging their naked feet past. What the hell do they ask for their wasted lives? What the hell do I ask of my wasted life? All my useless visions and enlightenments and tedious opinions, all my sorry states, the best and the worst, all wholly cursed. The temple bells ringing louder still, the bells of the mother to an end unseen, unknown, the reverberating stone, and I, perfectly alone, bereft of the other, bereft of all I pretended to be, to know, and to have ever become. Walking the Production road, there are monkeys playing in the trees, and I am nobody at all, and not even that. The very next step, to nowhere, to a word, Nadawa. In dissolution of all of his beginnings, he remembers her name. Love calling from a distant shore, love calling him by his name. There is fire in the wind and desolation from her lips and their sacred curse, a holy incineration from his last rasping breath until his naked first. for all the things that bind us, and that which in the end must find us, are but the stories that recall love's holy incineration of all that he became. A black horse, a white horse, a spirit horse of hail and lightning, and a painted pony. To the 4 directions they had carried him, to where east met west, and south is but a mirror of the north wind's coldest breath. From the dying morning star to the barking dog moon, they had carried him, to where love lay in waiting in her translucent dress, as always, for her lover's death.
A black horse, a white horse, the spirit horse of hail and lightning, and a painted pony. To the 4 directions they had carried him, they had carried him, to where east met west and south is but a mirror of the north wind's coldest breath. They had carried him, they had carried him, from the dying morning star to the barking dog moon. They had carried him, they had carried him, to where love lay in waiting in her translucent dress, as always, as always.